everyone, and welcome to the next installment of Adaptive High-Level Content season. With this time, in the KAGI side of things, Quickdraw versus Fabulosing. Let's take a quick look at the bracket here. I said let's take a quick look at the bracket. There we go. We see that here in the second round, Quickdraw previously defeated General Store and is now on to fight against Fabulosing, who previously defeated Luck itself and got picked to be one of the people who got into the second round for free. The players are probably setting up somewhat quickly and will be treated with some more adaptive, if everything is alright. Let's take a quick look over here and see if there are any, they are both ready to go. So a game should be created shortly. Some KTL action, also fun, but not what we'll be watching tonight. Hey, there's one of my teammates in the competitive queue. I wonder if previously in some adaptive content, we've seen Quickdraw on Guadalupe and Fabulosing on that one Winds of Exchange deck, whose name I don't know by heart. I wonder if they will be bringing those classics once again, or if they will be bringing something else to switch it up for their opponents. Hey, Captain whatever, that's me. That's literally me right now. Yeah. Let's see if there's anyone in the chat. Not yet, but perhaps sometime in the future. Right, I should update the stream title. I do often forget to do that. And now the title is fixed. There you go. And speaking of things that are fixed, match right now, no. Let's see, is the password easily guessable? It is. Good, good. And we are here. Yeah. So yeah, stick around. I'm afterwards. I'll just be streaming my own game between me and Broknar 89. So yeah, should be fun. And here we go. We see Fabulosing on Pharaoh Breakflame Linum. Some Cowards and some Headhunters in the Earthshaker. Banner of Battle to buff that board, but not too. Broknar doesn't seem too spicy, I think. But we have a Dis with triple Shuler and Arise, and the Shavels, and a Dust Imp, and also Tentacus and Toxin to round out those creatures. That is already bringing some more spice, I think. Also a Control the Weak and a Key to this for some strong control options. And then in March we have Battlefleet Key Abduction, and also some. We do have two biometrics backups to perhaps set it up. Not too much of a Marsh board going on. Sometimes Kota can really put down some pressure with Agent Smiths and other such stuff. But here we just have two bolters and a blip. Probably not the scariest board, but should be a pretty well-rounded deck, I think. Maybe a little bit low in the ammo control. Other than that, this. Anyway, we also have another side. It's Quickdraw on Dark Tidings, but not on Guadalupe. It's Igor Abel, Maitre de Downcut. The Downcut. A Data Forge deck owner's keys is. Double, so 2 key shifts, key cheats in there. A shadows with some dark tiding goodness. Yeah, some steely actions, but not too many, I would say. Does have a hop number to potentially steal 2. But in Starlines has double together, double diplomatic gun and the fall Jericho. So that should generate a lot of value and efficiency. Anyway, turn 1 we see Theater or Conjecture, and turn 2 we see Very Lousing flooding the board with 3 of the 6 logos, no, 3 of the 4 Broken creatures, as well as a Gauntlet of Command. Setting up a pretty strong board. Unfortunately, that smash will have to stun something. It's going to stun itself here. A little bit awkward. It doesn't say enemy creature. Yeah, always more adaptive, Barry. Always more adaptive. And Quickdraw now having a little bit of a think and goes into Starlines. Let's see if there are any togethers. Technobabble, also a pretty good answer. Studying that Brockner board here. Diplomatic Gun, not having too much value here, but that's fine. I don't think there was a Grand Alliance Council, right? Yeah, no Grand Alliance Council, so not the huge board control option that those two together can provide. But speaking of together, here's one. Doesn't raise the tide, just plays out a single Francis and refills the hand. And Francis will be able to reap for 2 next turn if it stays alive. We see in the meantime Fibulausing playing a Battle Fleet to draw 3 cards, but well, okay, there was 1 card in there, the backup. So I think that's about what you expect. And put it on the Earthshaker, so if it ever does die, it might be able to come down and wreck the Starlines board here. Now, interestingly, if Quickdraw goes into Starlines and makes uses Diplomats, going to use Francis. Francis does become Starlines, and so Collins Chapman would no longer apply. But yeah, Quickdraw doesn't want to do that and just goes into Shadows here. Reaps for 2, pretty good. Steals an Ember, ooh, and uses Gauntlet of Command. Can fight with the Francis, just kill a bolter. Yeah, none of the other options seem very great, and that is what's going to happen here. You can throw Chapman into something, you can suicide going against something, but yeah, none of that is too appealing. And you still get an Ember, and Quickdraw goes to check at 7 here. So it's back to Fabulausing, goes into this, potentially 3 shooters coming down. Here's 1, steals an Ember. Okay, so here is the Tentacus. So now the Gauntlet of Command won't be generating quite as much value for Quickdraw anymore. Unfortunately, only 1 shooter, so Quickdraw will be forging for 6 here. But now we do see the Lash of Broken Dreams come down. So, especially with this strong this board, that could cause some problems in the future. Forging yellow shouldn't matter in this matchup, but always good to have a preferred key color. Hey Orion, good to see you pretty early, I think, right? I don't know which coast you're on, probably one of them. And yeah, we might be seeing a lowest turn simply because it's the thing Quickdraw has only played 1 card of so far. But Starlines is also pretty okay, potentially. Reap for 2, play some cards in hand, maybe. perhaps, perchance. But yeah, it goes into logos, just cycling through these cards. The Seaboard coming down, potentially going to raise the tide in the future. And Eddie archiving something from the hand. Second Eddie. Now I feel like these Eddies might not be too long for this world. And if Fabulizing has found a Squawker, potentially one of them could also be purged with the Bolter here. But yeah, just puts down a Locust board, archives 2 cards from hand, but doesn't really do anything to impact this board of Fabulizing. So we might just be seeing another this turn coming up here. And it is what is going to happen. And I think you probably throw the Dust Imp into the Agong, kill 2 of the 3 Logos creatures, and then reap with Toxin. Ooh, discards together with Toxin. That's pretty spicy. Pretty good hits. And yeah, that is pretty much what I thought would happen. Oh, and has even found the Shuffles. And the Shuffles this time doesn't get the immediate value, because Quickdraw doesn't have any Ember, but still nice to have on the board. And with so many threats, might not even be removed instantly. So yeah. Key cost, yeah, right. Fabulizing did use Leisure Broken Dreams. Not even for show, because there are those 2 key cheats that Quickdraw has. I don't expect he's very close to activating them, but you never know. And yeah, no, perhaps this is my fallible understanding of Quickdraw's deck, but even though Quickdraw is a key ahead, I would say that Fabulizing is in the front, in front right now. That's not the correct expression. Whatever. Yeah, I think I wanted to avoid saying ahead twice, but no, I think Fabulizing is ahead in this game. Yeah. Now I will say I think these decks, from first glance at least, seem somewhat close in power level. So I think there's a decent potential at the 2-0 here, with cards coming down just slightly differently and stuff. There's a final analysis in Quickdraw's deck, but I don't think this would be the best way to ever use that. More importantly, there is a Bouncing Death Quark. That could potentially do something to keep down the board. Or the second Technobubble, of course. But yeah, Quickdraw goes into Logos here. I suspect that means there is a... Well, it could also just be a phase shift, of course, but I suspect it's a Bouncing Death Quark time. Plays the Cresage, which has Skirmish right now. Hey, that's nice. Plays a phase shift. Okay, so then we might be seeing the Technobubble after all. Hopefully, for Quickdraw at least. Little bit awkward interaction here. You can use the Eddy to take care of the shuffles, of course. But if you do that, then the Exclude Bolter can potentially reap and then purge your Eddy. But if you just reap with it, you get an Ember that you will guarantee lose to the shuffles. Plays Xeno Training. Okay. Just going to capture 2 Ember, I believe. It's friendly creatures, yeah, 2 Ember. Okay, he's going to kill the shuffles here, fair enough. And plays Archon's Callback. So it goes up to 8 cards in hand here. But yeah, especially if Fabulizing has found some more Marsh cards. No, it's going to go into Broknar. Punches the Francis, instance the board. Feels like she is setting up killing the Eddy with the bolter here. Puts down the Screech Bomb. We've already seen the Borrow in Quickdraw's deck, so probably not too scary here. And puts a Taunt onto the Smash, protecting the Toxin. Yeah. And also, Quickdraw last turn picked up the Archives. I kind of missed that. It kind of makes sense with these strong back-to-back Logos turns, but yeah. That does mean that currently Fabulizing is in check at 7 Ember. And I don't think there's too much archiving left in the Logos side. Yeah, 0 to be exact. And without a Legacy hidden stash, that's probably going to stay that way. So we have seen pretty few Shadows cards. Oh, okay, 4 as well. But still, it might be... no, it's Star Lions and place down the second Agung. We'll probably be using Cresage for something. Can fight something off the board, perhaps a Smash. Or can just Reap. Puts an Officer's Blaster onto the Eddy. So puts it out of that bolter range. As well as the Force Field. And yeah, Cresage is just going to take out the bolter here as well. So yeah, you could of course have made the Eddy Starlines as well, immediately re-put the force fields, but Quickdraw feeling that he was behind on board too much and just had to do a little bit of fighting to get some of that under control. But Fabulizing is going to go right back into Broknar, takes out the Cresage here, takes out the Gung with the Headhunter. Now, do you throw the Smash into the Eddy, or do you say, okay, yeah, that is what's going to happen? Also, I didn't mention it, but Fabulizing is going to forge a first key here, as well as putting down one more Headhunter. Yeah. Now that Biometrics backup becoming closer and closer to being relevant here. One more damage on the Earthshaker will kill it, and then it will be in Archive to take out many... okay, let's do a fun little game I call How Many Creatures in Quickdraw's Deck Does Earthshaker Not Kill? So we have Captain Cresage, that's 1. Astrala Seaborg, that's 2. Literally everything in Shadows. And then the Captain Phil Jericho. So yeah, in Quickdraw's deck, there are 3 entire creatures that don't die to the Earthshaker. Now, to be fair, Quickdraw's deck isn't very board focused, with only 12 or so creatures. Oh, and here we see a final analysis, taking out the things, but letting Fabulizing draw 6 cards. And with that key abduction, that could be pretty scary. Fabulizing is going to go into Mars, pulls the Archive, so yeah, I think that does mean there will be a key abduction here. Yeah, key abductions and forces for 3, I think. Yeah, for 3. And there goes key number 2. But yeah, just was also losing to 3 Ember every Broken or this turn here, so I think it makes sense. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, key abduction not very much gone. And deep probes to discard 3 Shadows creatures. Wow, leaving Quickdraw with only a 3-card hand. Let's see what's in there. At least they are 3 Shadows cards. Yeah. So we can see Quickdraw's next turn. It's kill the Blip and put down 2 artifacts. Oh, no, we cannot because I thought he would have to go into logos to. Oh right, yeah, a gauntlet of command that also works. So yeah, steals one with the armor drone here, with the gauntlet of command, and then kills it. Or yeah, okay. There's an argument to leaving it alive, so you have a guaranteed steal one on board. But yeah, has to do some stuff. Okay, so let's see how many logos cards are in hand right now. Oh, okay, we see the honors keys is gone. I think the data forge is still in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's not in hand. Okay. There's just one logos card in hand, so probably not gonna see logos next turn. Scratch that, we are going to see logos next turn. And that should be game, I think. Goes into logos, reads with the armor drone, and the game. Bouncing left work, nice. Yeah, game 1 going to go to Fabulosing. Congratulations. Yeah, pretty exciting. Yeah. New tournament, who this? Alright, but we are going to see the reversal game. Now, I think Fabulosing's deck is pretty consistent, but you could perhaps make the argument that she had a pretty above average immediate board pressure. But yeah, the game felt somewhat definitively in Fabulosing favor last round. So let's see if Quickdraw can prevent the 2-0 here. And we're going to start off with the Jackie Tar. Pretty good at putting some, answering some pressure on the board. Now we do see the Leisure Broken Dreams start out immediately, but only one creature, so that's pretty nice. If you have Starlines and then a Gung and together, could be a reason to raise the tide here. I wouldn't hate it. Now, to be fair, you might not want to kill the Shooters, just because the Rise would be able to get them back here. Adams has found the Force Shield, that's also pretty nice. Technobabble stuns the Shooter, and yeah, no longer really any threat here, and is going to just deal 1 damage to the Shooter. Goes into Mars and also starts off with a Battle Fleet, showing 4 cards: Deep Probe, Sample Collection, Backup, and Blip. Deep Probes to discard the Armor Drone. We can also see Fabulosing's hand here. A little bit disparate, I think. And yeah, puts down the Blip and calls it a game. And discards or plays, same thing really. I don't think he's found any more Mars cards though, so that's a little bit disappointing. Fabulosing is going to go into Shadows, scoop the Schuler, ransom the Blip. So now Blip won't be used ever again, is my prediction here. You can of course pay to Amber to remove the ransom, but I can't really see the Blip ever being worth that Amber. So yeah, pretty good turn here, I'd say. And also puts down the Hobnobber for if Quickdraw does go too high in the future. Now we know that Fabulosing still has a gun in hand. So doing nothing about this board would mean that he could, Fabulosing, that she could next turn go into Starlines and reap for 4. That might sound pretty scary for the Kota deck here. Well, okay, there is the Lash of Broken Dreams, of course, so it might not be the worst, but it's a little bit tricky. Okay, has found the Smash, so we'll at least stun the Hobnobber, taking away 2 of that Ember, as well as a Headhunter just building out the board, and also finding the Banner of Battle and the Gauntlet of Command. Although not too much happened, I think that was a pretty good developing turn for Quickdraw there. And now it's back up to Fabulosing. Now we also saw, I think, 2 other... Yeah, we saw the Honors Keys. Okay, no, that's all. So we know of 1 Starline's card and 1 Logos card in Fabulosing's hand. Goes into Starlines and stuns the Agung, and plays another Agung to use the Jackie Tar. Now here it might be, worth raising the tide, so that the Jackie Tar will be able to take out probably the Headhunter here, which sounds pretty nice. And yeah, that is what's going to happen. Now, are there any more cards in Fabulosing hand? Otherwise, it's like not a bad turn. Okay, I found an Officer's Blaster, just putting a little bit of power onto Diplomat Gun here. And plays an action card to capture some Ember. Captures onto the weak. Yeah, that's interesting to me. But yeah, goes to check at 8. Pretty nice amount. You cannot go into this and tax for 3. You can stall, of course, but that might not be where you want to be. Here we see the Earth Shaker, shaking up most of Quickdraw's world, Fabulosing's world. Fabulosing's world. Importantly, that gun is out of shaking realm. But double fights into Jackie Tar and actually manages to get rid of it, which can be pretty tricky against a warded elusive creature, but Quickdraw has managed. Fabulosing in the meantime goes into Shadows, plays the Sea Urchin to steal an Ember, also for Shiki. Just some more creatures coming down. And the Little Nif could be pretty nice next turn. You can throw the Sea Urchin into something with poison, just kill it. Fight with the Francis in game 2, basically. Or you could go into Starlines and use the gun to do its stuff. Although, with the chains, of course, Fabulosing hand might be a little bit Logos heavy. I think that's only been called once in the beginning, so yeah. We find the Ixtlubot with the Squawker, and is going to take out all that Ember Steel threats on Fabulosing side. As well as finding the Jammer Pact. And unfortunately for Fabulosing, the Sea Urchin with the poison can still remove that without too much trouble. And yeah, goes into Starline and stuns the Brognar board. With the Gauntlet of Command, of course, you can still do something on Brognar, but much of it is taken out. And yeah, reaps and turns Sea Urchin into Starlines, which is also going to reap. And here, for the first time, we see Captain Gale come down. Probably not going to be turned on here. As well as a Ember Vac. No Tide Racing, Tide's already high, but might be capturing a little bit of Ember. And it's back to Quickdraw, who goes into this. All the shooters are now active, and might only have 1 here. But also has the Shuffles, so we'll be removing 2 Ember from Fabulosing this turn. as well as getting to check himself by reaping. Nope, it was stunned. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. A single reap would also not have done it, but no, it would. It's just captured to the Francis. Never mind. Okay. Anyways, is it final analysis time? It might be question mark. Now, as we saw, you're probably going to give a somewhat free key to your opponent if you do that. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Diplomat gun can throw the sea urchin into something, and then you just need one more creature at this point to use Jericho's ability. But it's going to make Francis Starlines. And just take out the shovels, fair enough. He's going to go to 7 Ember here, not enough for a check because of the Jar pack. Are we going to just see a this turn? Possibly. The Dust Imp Gung line up a little bit less nicely this time. You can still throw it into the Chapman, of course. And then I guess you can also take out the Jericho with the Schuler. So it might not be too bad to do so. Yeah, and also archive it with the backup. Why did a creature disappear? Oh, right, okay, never mind. The other Schuler was also used to kill the Gung, and now controls the weak into Star Alliance, and Fablausing has to pass the turn, which will give Quickdraw the first key. Yeah, Quickdraw felt already a little bit behind by almost a key at this point. Although, of course, there is 4 Emmer on Francis. So, yeah, I think they are reasonably equal at this point. Maybe slight edge for Quickdraw with the massive board here. But Quickdraw said in chat that his hand might not be the greatest ever. We'll have to see about that, of course. Now, I think you might just go into this once more. Yeah, just to stop that key and steal one with the shooter. And reap for 3, so I think that's... okay, I think probably also take out the Francis Wright just to get to check yourself. Could even fight with the shooter just to get that into the discard pile. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Quickdraw is reasonably ahead at this point, but he disagrees, so let's see what happens. Okay, fights Sea Urchin into Tentacus. Okay, because she wants to use the Lash of Broken Dreams, but leaving the Earth Shake on the board. Does prevent the key here. That's pretty interesting decision point, I think. You can also just okay, you can. I think I think there's a reasonable to fight the Earthshake here just to get rid of the taxation. Like you're giving Quickdraw the key, but you're also threatening to forge for 8 instead of 6. In the meantime, Quickdraw goes into Mars, finds another backup, reaps with the bolter, has to damage his own metal line here, probably the smash. Oh no, right, you have the Coward's Ends in the deck. Key abductions, but for no value other than the 1 Ember Reedy. And checks at 10. Now Fabulousing can go into Shadows here to text for 3, but that's after just having had a Shadows turn, that might not be the most appealing. And does Forge for 8 here. So probably pretty soon both players on 2 keys. And Fabulousing is going to go into a much delayed Logos turn. And we know there's Honors Keys. I don't think the chances of forcing with honors pieces are high here, but you never know. Put down an eddy, it will at least tax for 1. And bouncing Death Quark to take out the Toxin. And yeah, honors pieces for a single Ember. Does really not seem very worried about that Earthshaker. Evaluates that there are just larger problems at hand here. Goes into this here for a Quickdraw. And that might mean there is an Arise coming. Yeah, there it is. I feel that might be a little bit close to good game for Quickdraw here. Don't really see how Fabulizing is going to go out of this one. At least the Suler doesn't steal, so that's something. But the Shuffles and the board, it's not looking too great for Fabulizing here. Which, I mean, makes sense. It seems like the Ghost deck is a little bit favored in this matchup. Yeah, puts down the key to this. But the Burrow still 3 cards away from being able to be found. 4 cards, I should say. Okay, so what's left in Fabulizing's deck? I think both togethers. That could be a pretty spicy Starline's turn. Just kind of play your whole hand. If they're both there, of course. And also some other stuff. The final analysis, of course. Maybe you just have to do that and hope that Quickdraw doesn't find the key abduction. For 11 cards, so 8 from the discard pile, which only has. No, okay, the creatures will also go there, of course, but a little bit then, like probably about 60% chance that Quickdraw doesn't draw the key abduction. Yeah, it goes into Starlines, and we're going to see some togethers here. Together, we can play Fury or Conjecture to archive 2 cards. And Archon's callbacks. So Fabulizing might be looking at a Data Forge win here. Right now is at 11 cards in hand. So playing Data Forge at 10, so that means she would have to make 4 Ember without losing cards in hand, or perhaps, well, and also the Shuffles. Yeah, seems pretty tough here, but maybe something can happen. Maybe Honors Kisses. Discarding a Borrow, not too relevant perhaps. In the meantime, Quickdraw is going to go to check at 11. And other than double eddy, I don't think that can be stopped. So Fabulizing has to forge here or lose. Plays Fear Conjecture to play Francis. Plays Corsage, that's 3 cards. Phase Shift is 4 cards. If she has Honors Keys in hand, Together is 5, Obnor is 6, Jacketar is 7, no Ember though. Final Analysis is 8, Data Forge is 9, but doesn't have the Honors Keys. At 10 cards, that would be Forge at -3, so would have needed 1 more card there and the Honors Keys to Forge. But yeah, well done. Very good at counting to an arbitrary number. Yeah. I think she got reasonably close. But yeah, time to go to the chain-bit game. Now I don't think these decks are too disparate in strength. I think game one we saw the Koza deck at a little bit stronger start. Game two a little bit slower start. My guess, bidding on the Koza deck, 4 or 5 chains, I would say. Maybe, perhaps. I think you really don't want to go too much higher than that, just because then all your board control options get worse. Your other rise is going to come a lot later. Quickdraw goes to 1 here. Let's see what the players have in mind. Fabulous goes to 2. Quickdraw to 3. Already perhaps a slight bit of hesitation, or perhaps performatively so. Does go up to 4 chains. It feels like now it's Quickdraw's turn to think about it. Feels like the players agree that it is probably somewhere around here, which is nice validation. Thank you, players. Are we going to go to 5? And are we then going to go to 7, as is tradition? I don't think 7 is going to be seen here. But 5, I could see that. Now, keeping in mind, of course, that although the Kota deck had a little bit of a slower start last game, the DT deck also didn't find it together to pretty late into the game. So maybe it was kind of a low roll for both of them. But yeah, Quickdraw does go to 5 chains here. Do we have a 6 in us? I think I would probably pass at this point. But maybe I'm a coward. We haven't seen any of those cowards end being played during either game. I also don't actively have seen them be discarded, but probably just kind of filter that out. And by filter it out, I mean being oblivious to it. But filter it out makes me sound more intelligent, so let's go with that. Fabulous is going to go to 6 chains here. All right. So do we have the fabled 7? The promised bid? No. Okay. So Fabulous will be taking Pharaoh, Breakfame Lanen for 6 chains, and it should be a pretty good matchup here. Now it was the DT deck that's going to go first, so that's also a little bit. Those 6 chains are 6 real chains and not 1 fake chain, unfortunately. Fabulous is going to go to 4 cards. Quickdraw is going to keep 7. Yes, keep 7. Starts with Shadows and now also puts down in check guitar. We definitely saw that put in some work last game, so that feels like a pretty nice start. Of course, a Punch, an Earthshaker, a Squawker into a Slow Bolter could take it down immediately, but still not a bad start. Fabulous goes into this, finds the Lash pretty early once again, and controls the weak. Now, control the weak turn 1 is pretty difficult. Controls into Shadows. Like, did your opponent play 1 card from a house they had very little of? Or did they try to set up a second turn? It seems like it might have been that latter one. Still plays 3 Shadows cards. Again, early battle fleets. Finds the Ammonia Cloud, Sample Collection, Jammer Pack, and just makes an Ember and destroys the board. I think that's pretty much what you want to see as Fabulizing here. Just make sure that Quickdraw doesn't spiral while you get your while you are shedding your chains and building up your own board. But now for the first time we see Captain-gale Jericho actually having some value. And Diplomatic Gun not going to didn't even go for redemption. Sad, disappointing. Like House Kiraken, it's all possible, except Kiraken I think, but still. Fabulizing is going to go for Dropnar, smashes the gun, and puts a Headhunter and a Taunt on the smash. But relevantly, Veljargo is still alive here. Yeah. With these first turns, especially with Veljargo going down pretty quickly, I think the advantage is currently for Quickdraw, but still lots to be done, of course. Lot of game to be played. But also the low value control of the week was a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, if you're on chains, you don't always get to choose when to optimally play your effects. Quickdraw is going to go into Starlines, installing the Diplomat, playing a Data Forge and also playing a Technobubble to take care of that problem boards. And has found a second gun, so it's going to reap once more. And now has some pretty serious pressure here. I think if you're Fabulizing, you really want to find one of those cowards ends right now. Or some other creature control. Hand to this, I would take it. Punch might not be enough. Yeah, has 2 cowards end here. Does mean she's going to go up to 5 and then back down to 4 chains. And also that Quickdraw will be able to forge a first key here. Who's now going to go into Logos, play Sphere or Conjecture, to Archive. That often seems like the correct choice, especially with a Data Forge on our Skeezer stack. Especially with Edai's running around there. Going to archive something from hand. And that will be that will be it for this turn. Shooter for no value, Toxin. Yeah, some kind of small turns on Fabulizing sides that don't really help. Also last turn played a Archon's Callback, so it's at 7 cards in hand now instead of 6. Yeah, so sometimes an action card just draws you 1 card. It's fine. Archon's Callback, one of the first cards I saw from Dark Tidings. I was in Decks of Keyforge looking up Archon, and I was like, huh, Archon's Callback. I've never seen that card, and then I realized that the Dark Tidings cards were now also on Decks of Keyforge, and it was in fact one of the new cards, and I accidentally spoiled myself. But it's fine. Very cool artwork. Well, we should ask if this one is on the playmats to be gotten. Anyway, Quickdraw is going to go into Shadows. It's going to raise the tide to be able to steal with Flying Spectre here. And it's going to scoop the Toxin. Borrow the Lash of Broken Dreams. And this is even... no, right. Place the Ransom onto the Toxin, so won't be able to use that creature again. And this is looking a little bit dire for Quickdraw, I would say. He's going to put down some major pressure soon, or... Okay, he's going to back up both creatures. And that's fine. but not really the major pressure I was referring to here. We might be seeing a Starline's turn soon. Still none of the togethers have been found, and now with the tide raised, could be doing something soon. Still some cards in hand, by the way. How did that happen? Because we played 2 cards, right? Okay, maybe Quickdraw had more cards in hand than I thought. Anyway. Yeah, I think a Starline turn, also because it was the least recent house, of course. But also with 2 togethers in the deck, might be happening here. Unless Quickdraw draw into a myriad of other cards, it's all possible. Or even going into shadows, just repeatedly stealing with a Flying Spectre seems pretty strong. Okay, it's going to go into Starlines, indeed. Techno Babbles just takes care of that board once more. Place the Chapman, place it together, there you go. Puts another creature next to the Chapman, so would be able to reap for 4 next turn if left unimpeded. And puts down the Corsage, which now also has Taunt. That's cool. Yeah, and setting up for a pretty strong Logos turn here. Okay, so going into Marsh means there's probably a Bolter. Deep Probes to discard Sea Urchin, that's fine. Not something you should probably be too worried about. Yeah, place a Bolter. It's going to put 2 damage onto the Eddie, I think. Or maybe just fight Chapman. I really hope you have the Skulker here, otherwise whoosh. And it is going to be whoosh indeed. Yeah, checks at 6, that's something. But Quickdraw now able to generate 6 Ember in Logos here. We also saw the rest of the hand, of course. So the rest is together, Force Shield, Xeno Training. So you could make an argument for that, I suppose, but yeah, no way. Reaps with the Seaborg, kills the Bifib, and reaps with the Eddy. Maybe kill the Bolter here. No, just is going to reap. That's fine. And yeah, goes to check for the second key at 9 Ember. Fabulizing will be forging a first key here. It seems like it's all happening just a little bit too late. Being forced to play that card and to eat some chains was pretty huge. It's going to go into this. Plays at least 1 Schuler, so that's something. And hands of this take care of that Chapman. Some more stuff. And also, oh no, cannot unsend the Toxin, of course. Yeah, Quickdraw is going to forge key number 2 here. Yeah. So now we might be seeing that Starline's turn. Just kind of playing the whole hand, making 3 or 4 Ember. I could believe it. It's pretty fun, by the way. This is Captain Corsage. It's only now dawned on me. But it will actually be able to gain all of these words, because it gains Taunt from the Chapman, Poison from the Sea Urchin, Skirmish from the Francis, and Elusive from the Jackie Tar. I think those are also all singular keywords. Okay, no, Little Neff also has Elusive, okay. So 2 ways to get Elusive, but other than that, pretty funny guitar stuff. Also, Quickdraw is just going to go into Logos, reaps, tries and kills the Toxin, and checks at 6. Fabiola is going to go into this. Now she can throw the two shooters into the Cressage, and looks like that's going to happen. Or not this one because of the backup. Now kind of coming back to Haunter. It's going to arise for the shooter and Dust Imp. Going to steal one Ember. And is making some Ember now. And if both players had to go to 4 keys, I might be favoring Fabulizing at this point. But it feels like there might just not be enough time here. Because now Quickdraw can go into Star Lines, make 4 Ember. 3 Ember that we know of. Potentially 4. Can you forge with Honors Keys? I don't think so, right? Well, it's pretty close actually. Actually, yeah, I think you can forge with Honors Keys, right? You play 5 cards, so it's only at +2, and you make 3 Ember. So I think there's an Honors Keys win here. If I'm correct about everything that's in Quickdraw's hand. Yeah, because we still had the Honors Keys together, Force Field and Xeno Trading. So together play the Honors Keys, play the Mystery 5th cards, play these two. Well, these two first, Mystery 5th cards, and then Honors Keys. Because although together is not yet finished resolving, I think it still counts. Yeah, it still has to count for Honors Keys. But Quickdraw is going to have to think here. Thinking might mean calculating, of course. But it would be pretty cool to see if we have a Honors Keys win here. Maybe if no, that should matter. It might be scary if the 5th card in hand is Final Analysis. This might be the one I'm thinking of. If you play Honors Keys with together, if it counts for the yeah, I call it. Yeah, I think TCO resolves this correctly. And yeah, Honors Keys win. Good stuff. Congratulations.